organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, see how locals took to the annual Iowa City Brewfest.
And find out why some men tried out high heels this weekend.
And in sports, see highlights of the Iowa softball's doubleheader win this weekend. Daily Iowan TV starts now. Thanks for tuning in to your Sunday edition of Daily Iowan TV, your television news, sports, and weather source for the Daily Iowan. I'm Josh Bolander.
And I'm Emily Bussey. Yesterday, locals sampled more than 350 types of beer at the Iowa City Northside Oktoberfest celebration. With more on the annual event, here's DITV's Adrian Crossley.
This is Adrian Crossley here at the Northside Oktoberfest, where there's lots of food, lots of fun, and lots of family. Here's a little fun fact about this festival. Oktoberfest actually began in Germany as a royal wedding celebration in the 1800s. Nearly 2 centuries later, Oktoberfest has become international with variations of the festival taking place in many different countries.
My favorite thing is all the people coming out to celebrate and support all of Iowa City's communities and businesses and extracurricular activities, like my extracurricular roller girl activity. Oktoberfest is a great way to meet people, have fun, and get to know your community members and drink beer.
Some of the vendors that participated in this year's festivities were John's Grocery, Bluebird Diner, Oasis, and Hamburg Inn. This year's Oktoberfest contained events such as a beer winch competition, live entertainment, a beer fest for the adults, and for the young children, a soda fest. Though Oktoberfest is often heavily associated with beer, this event proved to be very family-friendly. Face painting and musical instrument making, sponsored by West Music, were just a few of the activities aimed toward family attendees. Throughout the day, festival goers enjoyed listening to many live musical performances. Old Capitol Chorus and Flannel were just a few of the acts scheduled to perform. Adrian Crossley, Daily Iowan TV.
In addition to the Beer Fest activities, officials dedicated the Northside Marketplace Literary Walk. The new public art project honors authors and poets with ties to Iowa.
The new $3.2 million Firehouse 4 in Iowa City is set to open tomorrow morning. The firehouse has been in the works for years, and officials said that the station should help decrease response times in the northeast part of Iowa City by about 4 minutes. An iJobs grant is funding all but $1 million of the station's costs, and the city also hired 9 new firefighters. Officials told the Daily Iowan the new station is environmentally friendly, and they are trying to secure a gold-level LEED certification for the building.
City officials announced the hiring of a new assistant to the city manager this weekend. Joffrey Fruin is a UI alumnus and comes from Normal, Illinois, where he served as assistant city manager. In a city press release, officials said Fruin has experience with university communities, and Fruin will start in the position in late November.
Male UI students donned stilettos yesterday to support the prevention of violence against women. The men of Phi Delta Theta, along with the women of Pi Beta Phi, hosted the first annual Walk a Mile in Her Shoes event. The men who participated wore red high heels during the event. Event coordinator Billy Davies told us why.
The march itself, the marches just get this giant public display of these men who are coming out to show their support and stand up against rape, sexual assault, and gender violence.
Officials held an educational program following the walk to discuss issues surrounding sexual violence against women. All proceeds went to the Rape Victim Advocacy Program, a sexual assault crisis center based here in Iowa City.
And still more to come from Daily Iowan TV. See why some locals spent 56 hours in the Papa John Business Building.
And why one Hawkeye football player was arrested over the weekend.
Plus, find out if Iowa soccer kept its undefeated streak alive this weekend.
All of this and more to come, but first, let's take a look at our local weather forecast from Daily Iowan TV's Scott Jones. And Scott, what can we expect for the rest of the week?
Thanks, guys. Last week was a bit of a roller coaster when it came to the weather. Luckily, the week ahead is looking much less rainy and a lot more sunny. We'll start off Monday morning with temperatures around 56 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Should be nice and warm by midday, continued partly cloudy skies, and it should get up to 70 before the day is done. And we'll get a bit of cloud cover moving in as we head into the evening, and temperatures will return to the mid-50s. Looking into the extended forecast, we should have a great week ahead of us. Clear, sunny skies across the board, lows in the 50s, highs in the upper 70s, and we may even reach 80 by Wednesday. So try and get out and enjoy this great weather while it lasts. That's your check of the weather. Back to you, Emily.
Thanks, Scott. Police arrested a man yesterday after he allegedly grabbed money out of another man's hand downtown and ran away. According to police reports, the alleged victim was counting money at the Sports Column bar when Joseph Riggin stole the cash and ran. Police found Riggin of Tiffin nearby shortly after with the money. During a post-arrest search, police then said they discovered a baggie of cocaine in his pocket. Riggins is accused of robbery in the second degree and possession of a controlled substance. And police were also called to the Sports Column Saturday after Stephen Holcomb, 22, broke a window at the bar. According to police reports, University of Iowa police initially arrested Holcomb for public intoxication when he became angry and broke the window. The bar owner told police it would cost approximately $400 to replace the window.
Despite the beautiful weekend weather, some Iowa City residents and students spent 56 hours in the Papa John Business Building. Daily Iowan TV's Jeff Shane tells us why.
We believe that everyone is an innovator, that they are capable of coming up with an idea that can solve a problem. It's just whether they're interested in becoming an entrepreneur and actually acting upon that idea.
Around 40 Eastern Iowa citizens came to the Papa John Business Building this weekend to work on developing a new company as part of Startup Weekend Iowa City. Startup Weekend is an event that occurs in over 300 countries around the world, but has come to Iowa City this fall for the first time.
We're a little bit behind. Des Moines and Omaha are already ahead of us in terms of supporting and having the infrastructure available for those who are interested in being entrepreneurs and pursuing their own ideas.
The wide variety of attendees register for the event by paying a fee between $35 and $99.
We have people who have been in the professional realm for a number of years. We have others who are students, both here at the University of Iowa as well as other schools. So we really have a diverse group.
Patrick Hogan, a reporter for the Gazette in Cedar Rapids, came to the event to try something new.
I wanted to sort of, dip my toe in and sort of test it out. So a few people said if I wanted to do that, I should just jump right in. So here I am.
The different teams each had the weekend to develop their product before they pitched it to the judges Sunday afternoon. While the prizes haven't officially been chosen, Thomas claims the event itself can be more valuable.
And so this is one way that we can sort of give them a quick boot camp of what it might mean for them to start a company and what we're looking for as consumers, as future funders, etc.
Other startup weekends usually see a crowd of about 100 to 150 people, but organizers claim a smaller turnout was expected because it is Iowa City's first year hosting the event. However, it certainly won't be the last.
Startup Week in Iowa City is actually a first-year event, so we're looking to ramp up for future years as well. I think this is only the beginning.
Organizers hope to have another startup weekend in Iowa City geared towards journalism and technology. We'll see if they can start that up. Jeff Shane, Daily Iowan TV.
The event also drew 4 different speakers who have all seen success in the business world. For more information about Startup Weekends, you can visit the website at the bottom of your screen.
Some UI students are working to wean the UI off fossil fuels. 6 Sierra Student Coalition group members returned from the Coal to Clean Energy Tour this weekend. The students' goal to move the UI away from fossil fuels and toward biomass is in line with the university's Vision 2020 plan. The plan aims to reach 40% biomass use by the year 2020. To reach that goal, officials said the UI power plant would have to reduce coal consumption by 2/3. Also, it would take 100,000 tons of wood biomass each year. They're also looking to build a new conveyor system at the UI power plant in 2012.
And now Daily Iowan TV Sports' Tyler Culver joins us at the desk for a look at Hawkeye sports. And Tyler, after last night, it looks like one Hawkeye football is finding himself in a little bit of trouble.
Yes, Josh. What happened this weekend was the last thing Kirk Ferentz wanted to get out of his team's bye weekend. Saturday night, Iowa backup quarterback A.J. Derby was arrested, according to police reports. Derby had punched a window out of a bus as he was exiting. Upon arrival, the police described Derby to have had watery red eyes, slurred speech, and smelled of ingested alcohol. A breathalyzer indicated that he had a blood alcohol concentration of 0.120. Derby was charged with criminal mischief of the 4th degree. But on a brighter note, the Iowa women's softball team swept Kirkwood Community College in their doubleheader Friday night. Daily Iowan sports reporter Lauren Moss gives us more of an insight on the team's successful win.
The women's softball team destroyed Kirkwood Community College during their doubleheader this Friday. The Hawkeyes posted a 10-2 victory the first game and a 9-1 victory in Game 2. Johnny Dowling, Katie Keem, Ashley Akers, and Mallory Grove all had multi-hits in the first game. Pitcher Kaylee Massey allowed only 2 runs on 4 hits in the complete game. In Game 2, the Hawkeyes picked up right where they left off with tailing 13 hits. Keem, Watkins, and Grove all had multi-hits this game. Junior Chelsea Lyons struck out 8 batters while allowing only a single run on 1 hit. In the imposing dugout, the Hawkeyes were reunited with former Hawkeye Stephanie Oka, who is in her first year as assistant coach at KCC. Iowa will close out their fall ball season on October 7th when they host Muscatine Community College at 6 p.m. Laura Moss, Daily Iowan TV.
As the Hawkeye football team was resting up for their date in Happy Valley next weekend, the rest of the Big Ten was in action Saturday, and there were a couple interesting results. Northwestern led Illinois for much of the game, up by 11 at one point, but Illini quarterback Nathan Schillhouse had himself a career day, rallying his team for a 21-point fourth quarter to take the comeback win 38-35. Iowa's next opponent, Penn State, had a tougher time than they expected when they headed to Indiana to take on the lowly Hoosiers, who were coming off a loss to North Texas, as they were only tied 3-3 at the half. In the second half, though, was a different story, as the Nittany Lions came away with a win 16-10. The marquee matchup of the weekend that held the nation's interest was Nebraska traveling to Camp Randall in Madison to take on the Badgers. Could the Huskers make a statement in their Big Ten debut? Apparently not, as Wisconsin welcomed the Big Red to the Big Ten, running away with it 49-17. Iowa women's soccer continued Big Ten play today, taking on Michigan State. Daily Iowan TV's Annie Stakowski was at the Iowa Soccer Complex to get all the action.
Coming fresh off Friday night's loss to Michigan, the Iowa women's soccer team was looking to hit the reset button and come out guns blazing as they took on the Michigan State Spartans this afternoon.
The Hawks didn't waste any time showing Michigan State that they meant business, with this goal by number 24 Dara Dalrymple, assisted by Chloe Lacoste and Alyssa Kosnick, to put Iowa ahead 1-0 early in the first half. After a brief pep talk from head coach Ron Rainey at the half, Iowa was ready to continue putting pressure on the Spartans. They were able to shut them out for the 1-0 victory.
I think we came into it mentally better, and we came out with some really good energy at the beginning of the game. That's what we needed, I think, the most. And we scored first, so that helped out a little bit too.
The victory this afternoon gives Iowa a 9-1-2 record. They face Minnesota next on Saturday. Even though the football team was enjoying a bye week this weekend, that didn't mean that other Hawkeye sports weren't in action. Iowa volleyball took to the hardwood against Michigan State Spartans Saturday night in East Lansing. The Hawks were looking to get their first win, and despite a close second match, the team couldn't come away with a victory, falling 3-0 on the night. Their overall record is now 10-7, 0-4 in the Big Ten. The golf team traveled to North Carolina for the Duke-hosted Rod Myers Invitational. After 3 rounds, number 22 ranked Hawkeyes were finished 4th overall out of 11 teams, shooting 19 over par. The number 12 ranked Iowa field hockey team was facing off against the number 14th ranked Michigan Wolverines Saturday in Ann Arbor, looking to get back on the right track, but their offense was non-existent for the second game in a row as they lost 2-0. Their record now stands at 8-3 overall, 1-2 in the Big Ten. So, Josh, their offense wasn't able to get it together this weekend, but hopefully they'll get it together by their next match.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, thanks, Tyler. And only with Daily Iowan TV can you get a sneak peek at Monday's pages of the Daily Iowan. Read about why a renowned UI medical alumnus stopped by Prairie Lights this weekend. Plus, read the Daily Iowan sports analysis of the Hawkeyes' wide receiver strength this year.
And here's a quick look at Monday's weather forecast. Tomorrow we're looking at another warm, sunny day with a high of 76 degrees. Lows will reach down to about 46 degrees. That's your latest update for Daily Iowan TV. You can tune in tomorrow at the same time or check us out on dailyiowan.com. Until next time, I'm Josh Bolander for Daily Iowan TV.